So, welcome back, ladies and gents, and this time I'm going to try and not miss this going live, so we're going to go straight into this one. And because Dogba obviously got hit over the back of the head by Odie, by the Team Dignitas manager, we now have to watch the team, but no, we are going to be watching Team Dignitas next, and we'll be jumping into this run straight away. And what can we expect from these two? Because Dignitas had a little bit of a not a bad performance recently, but it certainly wasn't up to the standard I expected of them in the last couple of cups. Is there any struggles within the Dignitas camp here?
I think the only problem they really have is that they really don't do very well on Locker, and it's a map that a lot of teams like to play, especially in Go4. It seems to be a constant thing for them, but they are going up against good teams, and last EMS they did take on UMAV, and to be honest, they did very well on Paracel, but it did slip away from them when they played on the other maps. So we'll have to wait and see. They have the ability to go far, but sometimes it's just a bit too much sometimes.
Well, let's see how they do today. They are currently being held at a 2-1, so not the ideal start for these guys. They are looking like they're putting their attention towards B, though. Jerk and Co. edging their way forward, looking for a way through. They have picked up at least one player towards that grey house, and it's Pesty. They're going to get the revive, however, in the school building, so they should be able to get in towards that B site, maybe go for the retake rather than the challenge. Now seeing Pesty dropping down, going straight towards the action, does get picked up, so not an easy feat then. We are going to see these guys of the free team push just back towards C. This is a nice little hold for Dignitas if they can manage to keep this one down. We are seeing a couple of players already over to the other side. Bambi, for example, is getting his way forward. Not finding anyone yet, but they are certainly very close to the opponent.
Yeah, and the problem for Dignitas is they haven't been able to clear out that house at B. Bambi has been there pretty much from the start of the game, and with that, they're able to constantly harass that B flag and jump off onto A if they need to. So right now, Dignitas need to clear out Bambi. As you see, Pesty's already just jumped off him. He gets taken out, but Bambi's so dangerous right now because of that building.
Yeah, allowing those respawns to come in, being a real pest, and we are seeing at least one respawn coming through there. I do think that Dignitas are slowly but surely conning onto the idea that someone may be present in that school building. Jug does go for the initial challenge. Tease down. Nade coming through. Oh, finally gets taken down. Nice little nade connecting there. But it's bought a little bit of time, but still, 2-1 hold. B is being contested and converted. Hadouken's broken through. He's got the flag now running down, so he should be able to claim this one. Nice respawn, however, for Masu there. So they are certainly going to be able to get back in towards B if they fancy it. They have retained A, but they certainly need to put their attention towards this soon.
Yeah, Masu was playing a very defensive line over on the far from B, and that's good sometimes, but he wasn't able to influence the battle at B where it was really needed for him to be. He has been able to push out onto C, took out Jack Frags on the way there. Looking good for them in a way, but at the same time, they still seem to be having a back and forth with B, which is something that can go drastically against them if they don't get a good hold there.
Well, let's find out. Masu could be in trouble now. We are seeing those further back respawns on C coming in for the opponents of Free, but he's going to back away from this one. He's expecting the respawn a little bit later than it was. Bomber is already on there, so we are going to see this guy recapping this one through. 3 players, though, for Dignitas will be converting inside. That's been halted. He now knows he's going to be contested. He does check to the right. It's on the left. Masu comes around anyway. We are going to go C, at least going in favor of Dignitas for now, but how's this hold going to come down now? Because it's still a very close early game.
Yeah, Dig really need to get their foot in the door at B, because every time that they seem to be getting there, it just gets taken away from them. Right now, Free are doing a really good job, and I want to highlight Hadouken right now, who's running a 7-1 KDR. I mean, that guy is easily the best UK player right now. He's just so damn dangerous. He's a killing machine, and he's really making Dig pay right now.
Yeah, AK-12 for Judeski there. Very interesting pickup for him. He's the only player I really see running with that, as Phantom has got himself on towards that C side. Going to be capping this one through. Bomber picking up one in the meantime. Jerk will go down, but will he expect the play around the back as well? He doesn't have to. He's backed away. He's going to know when that cap begins that it will be contested. There's going to be a player on it pushing in. Doesn't expect him tucked in by the tree, but reinforcements already arriving. And, well, if Bramby gets this one, this could be a triple cap in favor to Free.
Yeah, but Dig got all the kills at B and A, and that's what they kind of need. Obviously, that full domination cap wasn't nice, and Bambi did pick up a 1v1 at C, but now Dig have a chance to start leveling out this game. They have A, they have B, they have control of the buildings there, and really now if they can make the line across this road hold, Free are going to suffer. Oh, that's a huge spawn by Fandom right behind A, and if he gets away without being spotted here, this is going to be a painful one for Dig.
I think he's playing this one carefully. There is a player keeping eyes on this. He's got the respawns coming in. Whether or not they're going to be expected is a different matter. Jerk has found Bambi, who spawned in on top of him. Phantom now just prancing away, trying to find a place where he'll be certainly safe for at least a couple of seconds. Nowhere safe right now, as Waller will find him there. Waller takes him down and reclaims A, certainly into the hands firmly of Dignitas, but B already being contested by the likes of Hadoukens, pushing forward. Jadeski right on the side, finding Bambi, pushing out for more. He doesn't get Hadoukens, however, and that will, at least in the moment for now, staying into the hands of Free. But will they convert it fully? That's the question. A and C certainly safe. B, neither of those comparisons seem to count, as Masu is going to be in trouble. He's kind of the only one present on the side. Jadeski to his right, but he's going to be creating a lovely little crossfire there, finding one, or at least getting the assist, pushing straight around, and they're just so comfortable being aggressive, Dignitas, and it seems for now, at least, to be paying off.
Yeah, Phantom Vote just got a massive pick on Wahlberg, and that's opened up there. And you can see Dignitas rotating already. Dig going for that C flag. They're probably going to get it. That's going to be a full domination cap. First one they're going to get, but I'm not sure how long they're going to be able to hold this. Yeah, that fight at C went back and forth, back and forth. Dig held it. Hadouken caught a load of kills at the entrance to B, though, but wasn't able to just finish it up. But right now, this is looking really good for Free. They're doing a great job here. They're going to take this A flag quite easy, but the C is once again a one-on-one.
Yeah, and there's still a couple of players present. Walu is still re-breaking in towards that A side, so certainly not an easy passage at the moment, and Masu is right in the thick of things. Dead bodies literally everywhere around him, trying to clear the building out. He finds Bambi. Great little pick up there. We are already seeing the breakout from Jurg, trying to get over towards that C side. He's got at least the cap underway. Two players around him. He's just been spotting them out on the road across. Picks up Pesty, and that's a lovely little kill. Got the backup now in the form of Nura, so they should be able to get a nice little trip cap here, and the respawns coming in for free are not good.
No, not at all. This is where they do not want to be. C is a flag they need to capture, but at the same time, look at that full domination cap. They need to get out of C and onto B as quick as possible. But that is massive. Those kills from Wahlberg there, managing to shut down any pressure on B. And once again, Bambi's the only man forward here, and Dignitas can just pick them off on C here. This is a huge lead for Dig right now.
This is massive. They really have turned the tables here. Jadeski just teasing around those houses, knowing the opponent is so damn close. He finds Bambi as well, exchanges rather than claims, but C is still being contested by Dignitas. They're not happy with two. They want all three, and they're keeping the opponent locked in towards that back spawn. There's no way to break through, and now Hadoukens is looking for a way, but just smashed to pieces. And this is not a pretty picture for Free after such a great start.
Yeah, it was a very, very competitive game, but as soon as Dig felt comfortable with that A and B, and then they projected their power on C, then it started to go wrong for Free, and their coordination started to fall apart. After that B fight, it really hasn't gone their way right now, but they have got on to B once again, so maybe they'll be able to turn it around here.
Well, it's almost the likes of Hadoukens, who just does not expect the immediate reply from Dignitas. Phantom making a break for it over towards A, but immediately picked up on the cross. There is no way through for these guys at the moment. They're pinned into these houses, and Dignitas truly stamping their authority on towards them. And this is a very different late game to what we saw early on. Bomber trying to find a way through. There is literally so few options available. Everywhere they go, they are met by absolutely decimating aim coming in. And there we have it. Nice late game hold coming out. 67 tickets remaining for Dignitas. So brilliant start for those guys.
Yeah, and I really want to highlight Jerk. Even though he comes on the bottom of the scoreboard for Dignitas, he bought so much time on that C flag, but gave Dignitas enough time to finish up the A cap and then reinforce their positions elsewhere. That gave so much time for Dignitas to actually get that domination cap, and he kept Free so busy while not getting killed, not even getting kills, but just being a thorn in the side of Free, but knew at that point but it was going against them and they needed to move quick, but they couldn't move anywhere because Jerk was there.
It was just beautiful play. You know, we saw initially that Bambi was doing such damage and Hadoukens was being such a key player, but it just got literally locked down. It was beautiful to watch. So certainly a lot closer than expected. And the one thing I want to point out is that the way the teams are progressing already. At the very start, you probably wouldn't have thought teams like Free, for example, would be able to challenge Dignitas, but people just seem to be able to pick up this game, you know, to a really competitive extent now. To quite a high standard. It's not, you know, the one-team domination that I kind of expected with everyone harping on about the likes of Fnatic. Certainly, it's a very different kind of scene going at the moment, and it's really good to see a lot of these teams really being able to challenge a lot of the bigger guys. So, looking forward to see how this cup goes, because already we're seeing a lot of change around that 16 marker. So let's see how this one goes down. We are on to the second half here in Goldmund Railway. On the Russian side, it will be Team Dignitas. On the Chinese, it will be Free. I will adjust the overlay play accordingly, so do not fear. And what sort of start do you think we're going to see going out from Free? Obviously, their confidence may be a little bit knocked after that ending, but do you think they'll be able to pick up here?
It's going to be an interesting one, especially considering this is Free's map. This is the one they picked, and they just lost it quite decisively there. They're on the harder side here. Dignitas are just going to go for that initial CB, I believe, and Free really need to go all out if they want to win this round. They need to just overwhelm C early.
Well, let's see if they do it. So Dignitas splitting off a good couple of players, and they are going to go for that initial contest and watching that cross on the road, but not being able to land any of the shots. We are seeing the likes of Neuro. They're just claiming the bodies as they try and get across here. Neuro will eventually fall. C should be converted, and B already having some pressure applied from Free. They're not going down without a fight. They've got A, they've got C, and Dignitas now locked into B. Jerk is the breakaway player towards that A site. He should be able to get this one in hand if those nades don't land too closely, but Pesty comes around straight away. Two players from the buildings really blocking their path, but Dignitas refocusing up towards that C site. And do you think they could be able to convert this one?
I'm not sure. This is pretty much, this is the start for 3-1. The game is pretty much up in the air. Big kills, though, from Wahlberg there. I don't know if he knows that Bambi is around on the spawn. And now Dignitas have a chance to do exactly what they did in the previous round. Buy time at C and capture A. And right now, this is all going to ride for Free. They just got wiped. Only Phantom alive, and it all comes down to B. And they get wiped out there as well. This is looking really good for Dignitas. Full domination cap with complete control of the more important flag at B.
This is beautiful play very early on. We are seeing Bambi splitting across. A is the only side they have any sort of toe towards at the moment. Nades being spammed out to hell, but already the just fire coming in from Dignitas is absolutely unbelievable. Wahlberg just holding them in place, Jerk laying down the nades, and once again we are seeing these guys pinned in. They may have the A side, but they're certainly not being able to leave it at the moment, and it just seems a little bit of a domination really coming out from Dignitas. Seeing Neuro there just kind of prowling around the rooftops to see, keeping eyes on it. The back spawn has come in, it seems, for Free, but can they do anything with this? Because Bomber is the furthest forward player, and already that A side is being converted again. C is literally the kind of runner-up prize that they're going to be getting here.
Yeah, Dignitas are looking really, really strong on this map, and I'm quite surprised. It's a 101. I remember them saying quite a while ago that this is their favorite map, and they're really good on it, and then like eyeballers just trash them on it. So obviously they've been doing a little bit better in their practice here. But the ex-Exertus guys here, oh my god, I just seen a knife kill. And these guys have been working and practicing so hard. They've been so desperate for a win. And against Dignitas, I thought they probably felt they'd come up against a team they could probably best. But Dignitas have rose to the challenge here, and they're dominating right now.
Yeah, this is a very new side of Dignitas, looking confident, looking very talented in this one. Let's bear in mind, if the Chinese side of Free drop below 67 tickets, they're already losing that first map, so not too far away to go now. We are seeing Hadouken's trying to go for a split down the arrow, gets found there eventually. Pesty, the furthest forward player, will be found as well. There's literally no way through. Once they get that AB hold, it seems almost impossible to Free to find a way across this middle section. That main road crossfire is truly troublesome. We are seeing Bomber find the kill, the map falling to pieces, but as are Free literally being held where they are. 84 tickets. I don't see them getting back into this one.
No, I think they pretty much are going to have to go for their next map right now. 67 tickets. Obviously, the ex-Exertus guys, that's who Free are, in case you do not know. They're a top team, and they're so hungry, and I don't think they're going to give up that easy. But right now, Dignitas are just stamping their authority all over them.
A trip cap came in here, and my god, that is quite impressive within itself, because so many people are focused towards A. They even had a little split towards C, but it doesn't matter where these guys go. Dignitas are waiting, whether it's one player or the entirety of the team. They can do nothing about this. They're going to go for the consolation prize that is C, but the tickets are already too low. And my god, Dignitas are looking very good in this one.
Yeah, and Free are not a team you can really just jump all over. And there you go. That's Dignitas going to the next map. And wow, very impressive. I thought this was going to be a really, really close game, and Dignitas just blew them out of the water.
Yeah, they certainly did. And Jadeski, 11-2, so very big game for that man. Playing very well, not just, you know, the kind of easy kills coming in, certainly some very, very important ones. Wahlberg as well, I think you called it out earlier, doing an absolutely stellar role, but I don't know what Exertus can do now. There's certainly confidence has been put to the test here, and on the next map, they're going to really have to rally themselves back together and find something that kind of works for them, because looking at the way that one went, Dignitas, very, very confident, very different looking Dignitas to what we normally see at this point. Don't get me wrong, Dignitas are fairly safe going through to the groups, but for them, it's all practice for the groups. It's all practice towards the offline games, as they should, in theory, if they're living up to their name, getting through to that. So I'm very curious to see how this one now goes out, as Zavod is the next map, and I'm pretty sure Dignitas are quite good at this map. I've only seen them really being put to the test by the likes of Epsilon, maybe Fnatic on occasion, but do you think there might be a little bit of a reply coming out from Exertus here?
I think they have to come out pretty huge at this point. Dignitas picking this map. This is Dig's map.
Yep.
They played against UMAV on this quite recently. It did not go their way at all, I believe. So there's a bit of glimmer of hope, at least for the ex-Exertus guys here. It's an interesting one. When Dig are on form, they are on form. They took apart UMAV when UMAV were almost 100 tickets ahead, and Dignitas were on 25 to 30. And they managed to swing the game around so decisively that they won it with about 20 tickets when they only lost 10 in something like 5 minutes. It was brutal, and that's a team like UMAV. When Dignitas are on form, they are really dangerous. But the three guys, ex-Exertus, are so hungry for a game. They will not want to go out like this. They do not want to go out dominated by Dignitas like this. They want to show that they are one of the most dangerous teams in BF.
Well, let's see if they can live up to that. I think we're actually going to be going live off the back of this. So on to the US side, it will be Free. On the Russian side, it will be Team Dignitas. And let's see what they go for straight away. Dignitas getting that, obviously, the Russian spawn further towards the north of this and the southern towards the US. Is this the regular start? Because the southern spawn seems to be negating B almost now.
Yeah, and it seems to be maybe an evolution in a lot of PCWs. I mean, Battlefield competitive really is still very fresh and new thing. So a lot of these teams are coming up with new strats all the time. But B usually is the flag you would go for, but sometimes it can be a bit of a danger, and that's what you're seeing here. Hadouken and J Pommer or Jack Frags has got a load of kills, and they took A, and that is the same thing we seen last time we were watching on Zaphod. People are giving up on B and just harassing there while go for A with all-out push.
Yeah, so let's see how this goes. So Dignitas are fairly locked back here towards that B site. They are edging towards A. They're sending two players towards us, Jadeski being one of them. Around the corner for Hadoukens, but not going to be able to pick up that kill there. And going to have to find a new way through. Masu now, the only player really present. Really not easy to get into this side, it seems. As you mentioned before, it's very hard to defend, but also very hard to break through. And this is a lovely little hold at the moment for the Free side. Let's see where these guys are. So we do see Hadoukens there, Bomber being the more defensive player. Bambi, quite aggressive, does get taken down. Dignitas now respawning towards that A side, looking for a way through. But this is a good hold for now. They're not doing too badly. This is what Free needed.
Yeah, definitely, but I think they need to be worried on that C flag. Dignitas keep using the tunnels like they're doing. They can reinforce that position quite quickly. They have the underneath control at C, and that's very, very difficult to break. And more importantly, they can reinforce that B flag if they feel the need to.
Yeah, Phantom, really the only player alive at present for Free towards the C section. B already being considered and converted as Free are now kind of sent back to this one. Hadoukens there picking this one up. Pesty joining him as well. And these guys try to do what they can on this one, but it's certainly not going to be easy. Bomber still holding on, or Jack Frags holding on towards that site as best he could on his own. Eventually, he's going to have to start considering the idea of pushing out because he will be found eventually. We are seeing A now open for the taking. Masu pushing in, and this should be converted. Big respawn coming in for Free, though. They've got two players on either side, so this should be very interesting to see how this one falls down. Masu gets tagged up. Phantom does find it, so A is now open for the taking. Two players there for Free. Should be able to get this one in the bag. B is in trouble, however. Hadoukens has taken down one. We expect the follow-up players of Naru. Gets attacked. Lively little pistol shot coming in. That is unbelievable stuff there. Holds on to B. Now finally gets taken down as Dignitas do have the two players present, and Bambi has to consider his options here. Backing away for now, but Free have the C conversion.
Yeah, Hadouken basically just gave the Free guys a very good hold here. They managed to tie down so many Dignitas guys. Not only that, he managed to kill just as many of them, and now it's looking really good. B and C hold could be coming up here, but look how Dignitas are spread on this map. They want that B and C, and they're going to get it.
Yeah, Judeski, the only player to split out from this, has really caught out the opponents. Jack Frags goes down to a swift little spray of bullets coming in from that AEK there. Not going to be an easy one to break through at all at that sort of range. And he's playing it perfectly, keeping them within the kind of comfortable range of that gun. Not challenging on the long range, waiting for the push-ins, avoiding those nades. And let's see if we can find any more with this, because it's a bit of a rarity to see the AEK on play on this map. And if he keeps around this midsection, he could be in for an absolute face full of bullets there. He will be taken down, but still, 2-1 hold to Dignitas here. They're looking comfortable. And, well, for such a game, the Dignitas seem to be doing well in this. The ticket's still very close.
Yeah, really, FREE have done the best so far, and Dignitas have really been responding. But you can see what their setup really for this map is. They want C and A. They've left Jerk behind to hold that C flag, and they're just leaving their defenders at C. And right now, that seems to be working quite well. They're bringing a bit of a lead down. That you want to kind of play safe on 150 tickets. You don't need to do anything crazy, and I think that's kind of Dignitas' style right now. I criticized them in their past for being really ultra aggressive, and it works for them sometimes, but at the same time, they get made to pay for it. But their cautious approach now seems to be working quite well.
Well, let's see how it goes. They are still retaining the A site. C is being contested as we speak. J-Bomber right into the thick of things, being challenged flat out by Judeski, who will win that little exchange and might just claim this site and keep it in hand, as we are seeing the respawns for FREE being towards A and B. So it does seem as though A is going to be the contested one if Masu can hold on to this. And depending on where FREE decide to go, Pesty will be the spear point of this charge, finding Wahlberg there. Nate does not go where he wants it, but still, he should be able to get towards his site. Masu getting caught in the heels as he just jumps down towards the throw. Well, Jerk's found Bomber, and this site is going to be going back and forwards if they decide to go for it. Because already Dignitas have a comfortable hold. If they decide to split towards B, they can get the ideal hold here. But why are Dignitas just so adamant they want this site in hand?
Well, I think it's mainly because you're looking at Hadouken's. He's staying at B the whole time. You know your opponents are just going to leave defenders on flags. Then you try and go where you least expect it. And A is that flag because it's so open. It's so easy to take. You never really think that someone's going to constantly go for it. And I think that's really Dig's style here. They're just being ultra aggressive. Once again, as soon as they feel the need and they have the opportunity, they just spread out all over the place.
Yeah, and this is real trouble coming in for FREE. They could just about get trip capped here. Wahlberg is picking up that B side, so unless they convert one of these pretty damn quickly, Phantom pretty much the last bastion of hope here as he does make his way towards that C side. Just tagging up Naru, not going to be able to get the kill. Does go down. There's the trip cap, if only for a second, as C is being contested. Bambi gets ripped to shreds, and this is where we start seeing Dignitas once again stamping their authority here. But FREE have at least a fairly decent respawn towards that B site, and they have broken through.
Yeah, and Dignitas here got a full domination cap, C and A, and that's really what they need. And now it's down to FREE to push this game. They need to be quite aggressive. They need to force themselves onto that C flag especially, but at the same time, now this is exactly where Dignitas want them, because whenever FREE are cautious on an attack, and you have to be cautious on C because there's so many places to hide, Dignitas are going to go in force on a flag it's not defended.
And we are seeing C being the main contested site here. B has fallen for now into the hands of Dignitas, but we are seeing FREE trying to make a bit of a stand on that C site at the moment, converting it over. Judeski gets picked up there. J-Bomber now making his way forward. Going to be getting the cap underway. Gets a bit of an exchange there. Not the ideal way to this one to come out, but it seems like Dignitas once again just powering through. Pesty trying to get in here. Nice little pick up. Double for him. Naru and Judeski have gone down. Respawn's coming in here. This is huge for FREE. Maybe they could pick this one up. Bambi does the damage, but 81 to 31. It's still not looking pretty.
No, they're doing the best they can, but the ticket bleed has constantly stayed in Dignitas' favour, and that's all Dignitas want right now. They can lose a big fight at C, but they got the ticket bleed. So right now you can see FREE is spreading out all over the map, but Dignitas are just going to go heavy for C and B.
Yeah, it does seem as though that is the exact right thing. Jack Frag's going to be picking up that A site. It's going to be Phantom on towards B, who's got the tag onto one. Going to have to be a little bit careful. Nice little peek there, but he does get pushed on the reload by Naru. So that will be converted over, and Dignitas once again will be just dominating on that 2-1 hold. Really kind of calculating when they're playing. C being a little bit of a contested area, but still. Pesty now the last man alive pretty much. Again, those respawns in towards A, finding Wahlberg, who was the defending player of Dignitas on that A site, and now at least opening it up for at least a possible bit of silver lining here.
Yeah, but at the same time, Dig have just got everything they need right now. And this is a significant ticket lead. And especially when a team like Dig can go ultra aggressive whenever they feel the need to and just bleed those tickets out. Free need to make this attack on C, and they need to break through and get this ticket bleed away, because right now, 73 tickets is far too much.
Yeah, it certainly is, but 5 tickets remaining for them. They don't have much of a hope in hell here, as Phantom is the last man pretty much standing. Not sure if they're going in for the respawns. Now they're going to have to, but 2 tickets left. If they respawn now, they will be pretty much out of this one, and that is a very dominant heart from Dignitas. 73 tickets. This spells real trouble for Free. They certainly tried to put up a stand, but they're not having the easiest games in the second round here.
They have good starts. They have very good starts. Each time they've done very well at the beginning, but it doesn't seem to stay that way. They can't keep it going. They're not consistent enough. Dignitas eventually throw them off the flags that they want, and they just put them into a position where they're constantly having to attack Dignitas. And as soon as they attack, they find players like Jerk constantly nipping at their heels, taking flags undefended, winning 1v1s. As soon as those 1v1s go the way of Dignitas, it doesn't matter that they've thrown 4 people into C and took it. They still have a bleed against them, and once again, they have to go after a flag.
Well, I kind of feel for Free here, because after the first half, I feel as though Dignitas are looking almost too strong for this one, and they certainly don't need any help getting towards that. But, you know, there's been some great standout plays coming in from Free. I don't think we can deny them that. There's certainly been a lot of players, you know, making a real presence known, but still, one player does not make a team, sadly, at the moment. So hopefully they can do a little bit of damage here, but let's bear in mind, if they do drop below 73 tickets, they'll be out of this one. So, all eyes in game. I do believe they are almost ready. I think we go in live off the start. But yeah, let's take you through the lives very quickly, as this will be possibly the last map. It will be Bambi, Hadoukens, Pesty, Phantom, and J Bomber, aka Jack. Frags over Dignitas, Jerk, Masu, Nura, Wahlberg, and Jadeski. If I'm butchering their names, I apologize to you, Dog, but I will buy you some sort of alcoholic beverage, which is your currency, pretty much. So, look, if anyone's ever been to an iSeries, they've seen that you have genuine problems, so it's fine. It's fine. It's a
I would
common
say they're
fact.
problems.
It's when they run out, it becomes a problem.
Oh, definitely. But that's normal in iSeries to run out. Bar closes, it's a problem. But players I would really like to highlight right now, especially over on Free side, is Hadouken, constantly high scoring for them. Such a dangerous, best player in the UK by far right now. But over on Dignitas, it's Jujetski and Marsu who constantly come in with the high scores and critical kills. It's very important plays by all 3 of those people.
Well, let's keep on board with Hadoukens here, as you did call him out as a standout player. He will be the man kind of given or gifted the job of holding it down A. He's done that for now. No one immediately challenging, but now we will see the counter cap coming through. He'll know there's a player on this site, and just Wahlberg finds him immediately. Hadoukens can do nothing about it. They've got the back spawn coming in, and Dignitas already converting that B side. This could be a trip cap straight away.
Yeah, and this is what happens when the 1v1s go your way. And that was once again Jerk doing a beautiful job, nipping at the heels, winning the 1v1. And like I say, if your 3v3 goes your way, brilliant. But if it doesn't and you still win the 1v1, that's it. You're still much to square one. And this is exactly what Dig need right now. B, C, and they have chance to reinforce the C flag because they know that's where the hammer's about to fall.
Oh, and look at Wahlberg straight away splitting the attention of the opponent. They're mopping up the remains of the team at C. Nura and Co. making the damage. Finally, Bambi has broken through a touch, so that might, you know, reignite a little bit of hope here, and they should be able to convert it. But they have already lost out on A because of such a great incited bit of play coming in from, I believe, Wahlberg there, just sitting in now being the defensive player. But where do you think the attention is going to go from Free now? They've lost out on a lot of sites and a lot of exchanges here, but it seems as though actually they're going to go straight back in for A.
Yeah, and you remember the magic number 73, and that's what Free, if they go below, they are pretty much out of it, and there's nothing you can do. And so Dig's approach to this game can pretty much be either just go for the frags or go for the flags, and right now, they're going for that BC with a harass on A constantly.
Yeah, Phantom feeling the pain of that. Anyone splitting off early towards these sites to try and do a little bit of sneaky work just seems to be absolutely demolished. And we are seeing Pesty now edging forward, catches a glimpse of one of the guns. He knows at least one player's there, finding Wahlberg, spamming out the hold nade. Does get connected on by Jerk there. Not the ideal way through, as Phantom now left with all the work on his shoulders. Not going to happen. Gets picked up. And they just Free are just being locked in. Everyone just does not seem to be going their way.
Yeah, whatever's happened over on the free side right now, it seems that they have had maybe a collapse in their communication. They're not working as well together as they were in the previous map, and Dignitas are coordinating perfectly, coming up behind players that are in firefights, and really just making free panic. If not panic, at least second guessing on where they're attacking. And Dignitas are all over them. They're keeping the fight on the A flag, where the fight really needs to be for free on either the B or C at this point.
All right, now BC hold coming in for the Dignitas side. We are seeing Bambi just chilling up halfway towards the ladder. Hopefully he doesn't go up on the roofs. There we go. Just drop down. Lovely little angle he's actually watching there. Interesting place to try and hold this one from. Not sure if Dignitas are true aware of it, but we are seeing C being finally converted over. Jack does finally get taken down. Not the ideal way through, but Phantom still picking up the mantle, doing what he can. They might be able to grab this one if he can take down Nuri. He does do it. So great play coming from Phantom, being a bit of a turret there for the side, but A now being the main target of focus. And they always seem to get a 2-to-1 hold here. There's no easy breaks or no literal breaks coming in for free.
Yeah, Dig are playing the flag game, and they do it very well. This is Dig's style. They constantly do it. They pressure two flags all the time. They let an opponent come deep, and then they just fly out and take an undefended flag. It's the way they like to play, and right now, Free are too slow to react to Dignitas.
And that has been the reason for they lost 73 tickets was the magic number, and they have dropped below it. But, you know, fair play to Free. They kept up for a good long while. They really did add some pressure towards Dignitas, but towards that later stage of the game, Dignitas triple capping them time and time again. You know, it's just a sign that Dignitas are looking confident. You know, they seem to be very, very cohesive and certainly looking very dangerous going forward into this one. So, guys, we are going to call that one where it is because obviously the game has gone into garbage time now, but not a bad game in all in all, but Free certainly trying to put up a fight, but Dignitas, when they're looking that good, I think we've said it before, it's very hard to knock a team like that off that sort of little bit of a rip they seem to go on.
Yeah, Dignitas just look so solid in all this. Neura in this round, though, went really, really huge. He got a load of very important kills. But at the same time, the thing about Dignitas is all their players chip in somewhere. And I think maybe that's something that wasn't... Free were doing really well at the beginning of every round, except from this one.
Yeah.
After the previous rounds, they seemed the morale has been sapped away, and Dignitas just started to just take control completely. And Hadouken in this round really didn't manage to get the kills he wanted. While over on Dignitas' side, they just had complete control from start to finish on this round.
Right, with that in mind, let's check in with the brackets here because this is going to be the important factor now is brackets and pretty much how the points come into effect, which we'll be working out towards the end. And if you guys at home do want to check this out for yourselves, obviously head over to battlefield-ems1.com and you'll be able to see for yourselves. So starting at the top, as it's fairly simple, Fnatic had the bye in the early round. We got an update from our admins. They're currently tied at 1-1 against Isuba, so a bit of a surprise result there so far, but we'll hopefully get an idea towards the end of the game how that one turned out. Exactly against PKD, tied 1-1 as well, so very close games going on here. Dignitas not brushing aside #FREE, but you know certainly putting them through their paces, and Dignitas will be walking away as the victor in that one. 3D Max are facing off against All Authority, who did absolute wonders in Cup number 3. So on paper that should be their game. Epsilon having a fairly swift game against C-Play there, and they will be moving on to play Meteor Makers, who won over M Faculty. That would be a pretty damn good game. But Gamers Connection taking on Yoki, Name against UMAV. So a lot of good games going on as we speak. So guys, we will be finding out which game we want to be watching next. If you do tweet to myself at They Call Me Pansy and at Dignitas Dogbert, we will have a little look to see what games we can bring you and what games you think about there out of those lot.
Well, I'm really interested at the moment. Fnatic are 1-1 with Asuba, which is a massive surprise to me. I wouldn't expect that at all. Asuba, though, have started to pick up some unique victories, which you would not expect them to get. But I was thinking of going with Fnatic and PKD. But at the same time, PKD are also 1-1 with Exwica right now. It's all over the place. If that doesn't happen, maybe we could look at either Gamers Connection maybe against Team UMAV if they make it through, or even Dignitas against AAA, which teams seem to be going ahead quite a lot. But right now, if we get it and the gods go the way I expect them to, PK Dynamics versus Fnatic.
Well, we'll have to find out if he's Super Breakthrough or any of the others who are outside of the top 16. However, we will be watching them because they could be basically securing their way into the groups off one game. So certainly worth keeping our eyes on, and certainly worth you guys checking out as well, because all the rankings are obviously available on the Battlefield-EMS One site as well. So make sure you head over there. We'll be back after a very quick break, so do not go anywhere at all.
Peggy 18.